Aries or Aries Crosswatcher. This is going to be our bonus. I don't know what it is with the past few messages that I've done for us, but there's a strong, strong is an understatement here at this point, about animals, animalistic, animal instincts, animal nature. Okay. And same thing. I was really busy yesterday. I had a lot going on. I had to help my mom the majority of the day with my grandma, and my nose is about to itch. And I stumbled across this song that I've never heard. I've never even heard of this artist. Her voice is hauntingly beautiful, and then I realized there's a show that I've never seen. It's called Hannibal. I would like to watch the show. It's about 3 seasons. It looks like it's 3 seasons. I haven't watched it at the point we're recording this video, but I did listen to this song, and supposedly it was on one of the seasons or one of the episodes of Hannibal. And I want to get into it. It's by, I hope I don't mispronounce her name, Carlene. It may be Carlene, but I think it's Carlene. It's called Become the Beast. Another reference about animals here. Okay. So, Become the Beast. Carlene, I believe. I just want to read a little bit of it. Now, I am going to put it down in the comments, and I want you to listen to this song and tell me what it makes you feel like. The last video we did, the 1 minute and 45-second video was what inspired that entire message about animals and AI animals. Here we go again. Listen to this, okay? I've always been a hunter, nothing on my tail. But there was something in you I knew could make that change. To capture a predator, you can't remain the prey. You have to become an equal in every way. Whoa. Hold on. I can already tell. I did some art this morning. As you can tell, I was kind of finagling with the wall, and, I've been trying to look and see if I see any images stand out to me. We've been changing this lint wall that I've got behind me right now. That's just kind of what we're working with, and I'm not getting any images standing out to me right now. If you guys see any images behind me show up in the wall, let me know. Nothing's particularly standing out to me at this moment. But yeah, anyway, I put that up and I was messing with it, and I'm having a bit of allergies try to peek through right now, and so it doesn't disrupt our message. Let me go ahead and pause the video. I'm going to take my allergy medicine right now, and then we're going to get into what I think is going on for Aries right now. I'll be back. Alright, Aries, I'm back at the song, looking over it again, took the medicine. Hopefully that kicks in soon, because I'm wanting to claw my face off. And I think claw is important here. Claw, animalistic. I can't get over it. It's been like a month now for us. Now, you don't have to be an Aries watching this, but it's been close to a month now, and I've picked up on nothing but animal nature, animal instincts, animal. But this isn't like an animal outside of you. No. This is about the animal within. Okay, and we all have one. We all are one. We're all animals. Yeah. Just depends on what animal are we, and what do we do with our natural instinct? What do we do with our nature? How are we? Can we control ourselves? What is deep down on the inside of us? It's giving like Beauty and the Beast. You know how at the very end of the movie, if you've ever seen it, how the beast turns back into a man. You're going to hear my granddoggy running around. Or have you ever seen movies about mermaids? And then they change. Or Siren, they turn into these mermaids, or they turn out of being a mermaid into a human. This is about morphing and going to what, I don't want to say going back to, because maybe you never knew it was in you. But this is about realizing who you truly are, becoming or being shown who you've always been. There's nothing really to become, because you've always been it. You just didn't know it. Or perhaps you did know it, but it was under the surface. You were never allowed to show it. You were never allowed to delve into what you are. For whatever reason. Maybe other people wanted to stop this from happening. Maybe you would have been shamed for it. Maybe, I don't know. But this is about, do I run with it? I mean, I can clearly see every scenario in my head. I see the beast turning into a man, but he's always been the man, right? And it was the same thing if it were reversed and the man becoming the beast. He was always the beast. This is about balancing what is good and bad, the light and the dark, so to speak, the animal, the human within. So I see a mermaid, you know how mermaids, and there's so many movies, but I can't think of them off the top of my head. I know there's some with women, and then they can walk on land or whatever, kind of like, not The Little Mermaid, I'm talking about movies, like live action movies that have been made about it, and even like, I'm thinking more animal, but if you think about like Sabrina the Teenage Witch, when she had that birthday and then got her gifts and everything, you know what I'm saying? It's like that. Matilda, she had these gifts. She was able to go, if you want to be happy for the rest of your life. And she could make things fly around the room. Isn't that like telekinesis? I don't know. So the reason I say that this is about not being afraid of what's on the inside of you, and now you've probably felt more free than you've ever felt in your entire life. It's safe to say that if you're watching this video, Aries or not, you've probably changed a lot. I mean, we all change, but there's like a different process you've gone through. You almost like really don't even recognize yourself. And other people don't as well. They don't recognize you. Maybe on the outside, but they really don't recognize you, because who they thought they knew was the you thought you had to be, or the you that you thought that you were, until you had some sort of different transformations occur in your life, and you got to the place where you realize, I'm not running anymore from me. This isn't about what will be accepted by other people, or me hiding my instinct, my nature, who I am. Edward Cullen in Twilight, you know, hiding being a vampire. Like, I'm not hiding. I just am. Right? So there is I don't know if there's an animal inside of you. I don't know if there's a vampire in any of you. I don't know if you're a mermaid naturally. I don't know what type of spirit you hold. But I can tell you this, you've been great at concealing it. And you weren't trying to. Either you never knew what you really are, or you just were never allowed to experiment with that or explore it. I mean, some of you, it's gay. You never knew that you were gay because you were never allowed to express that. You were never allowed to, I mean, you just probably put it outside of your head because what would your family think? What would society think? Now, that's not for everybody, but I get that strongly here. Whatever you are, inside, you no longer have to hide it, and you no longer have to fear it or run from it. And you're not. You're not. If it's weird, if simply you are weird, join the club. But you're not hiding being weird anymore. You're embracing being weird. You're excited about it. It's something that you find exhilarating. To be anything other than what you naturally are is a death wish. And why expedite that process? We already know that we're 1 foot out the door at all times. Our time here is limited, and it's limited. So, because there's a part in the song where she says, do you feel the hunger? Does it howl inside? Does it terrify you? Or do you feel alive? Are you scared of who you are? See, I think we're on the other side of this. I think you're embracing it. Like you're like a werewolf, right? I can't believe I didn't even think of that one now. It's like a werewolf, you know? The idea of all these things. Now, only you're going to know what you identify as and what you really are. Some may watch this video and be like, oh, it's ridiculous. She's talking of mermaids and werewolves and such and vampires and all this. Okay. But whatever you are, and whoever you are on the inside, and whoever you've been this entire time that you've been on this planet, that you're just now really getting to know on an intimate level, because for whatever reason, you just couldn't before. I think it's beautiful. I think you should embrace who you are, as long as you're not hurting anyone else. And I don't think that you are. I mean, this isn't actual Hannibal, unless, which of course it is, and some of you crave human flesh. That's not what I'm talking about here. I only only say that because this song, I believe, comes from the show Hannibal. It's basically your inner self calling you. It's like a calling. You feel like an inner calling, or a lot of you, I feel like you're on the other side of this. You've already transformed. You've already allowed the transformation to take place, or maybe you think that you have, but you're actually right in the dead center of it. I'm hearing dead center of it. You're in the center of the transformation. You're like howling at the moon. It's like, imagine a werewolf in the middle of the night. It's 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock in the morning, and your claws are coming out, and you're starting to change, and your body's starting to ache, and you feel like you slept a little wrong, and you know your teeth are getting a little sharper, and I'm not kidding. Maybe you're like, I need to go see a dentist. I'm having tooth problems, and I am having aches and pains, and my hands are starting to look a bit different. I mean, maybe you catch yourself checking out your hands, and you're like, I mean, you don't know what to think about them. You almost think, wow, I look old, or I'm getting older. But actually, if you look at it, it's almost like the animal within is trying to make a little debut. Whatever the animal is. And I'm not talking a real animal here, but for some of you, maybe. Who am I to judge? I'm just saying, I believe anything is possible. So, only you're gonna know. Yeah, it's like this transformation, this change taking place. Your hair is different. Things are changing. Your eyes are different. Maybe the color of your eyes, maybe the eyesight itself. Everything is your taste buds. Your taste buds are changing. Your taste in humans are changing. Your taste in friends, your taste in love, your taste in everything. Your taste in human nature as we know it. Headaches, pressure, sensitivity to light. There's a metamorphosis occurring within you, and I'm telling you, other people can see it, but they don't know how to dissect it. You hear her growling? They don't know how to dissect it. They don't know how to label it, because we all want to classify something, you know, understand it more. I mean, no harm there. I get it. But it's like, maybe even if people mean harm to you, I mean, you're going to get it all. Understand that they're trying to classify you. They're trying to understand you. They're trying to understand something that, well, it's impossible to understand. I mean, how much water are we supposedly comprised of? Humans, that is. How much water are we made up of? Right. And then how much of the ocean have they not discovered? So they're not going to be able to classify you. They can try, but at the end of the day, you'll change again. So whatever this is, and whoever you are now, I mean, some of you, it's an angel, like an earth angel, whatever you think an angel is. Some people think angels are demons. Some people do. I'm just saying, everybody has their own way of seeing things. Only you are going to know what you are. Only you're going to know that. Some of you, I feel like different stories here. Some of you are going to be completely shocked. I mean, you're going to be completely shocked. You're going to be, I mean, shocked in the sense of, I think you've had hints over your lifetime, especially as a child, in childhood. You would never know that those movies you saw, or those movies you weren't supposed to see because you were not going to bed when you were supposed to go to bed and your family thought you were asleep, but you snuck down the hall and watched them watching the TV, and you saw things and they stood out to you. And these romance novels you would pick up that maybe the fam left laying around, and you read about things like creatures and werewolves and vampires and changelings and all these things, right? And whatever it is, phantoms, earth angels, earth guardians, you get the point, mermaids. And you were interested, but you gave it no second thought because you didn't really know at the time you would be using that information later and where it would appear again. You were getting the signs all along. It's a matter of not ever, and there's no really way to know why something stands out to you until it applies, and then you're like, oh my God. And then all of these memories of all these times before start coming back to you, and you're like, that's why I was so drawn to it. That's why. Some of you are really drawn to a particular planet, or maybe moons within a planet. You may be drawn to a particular country. Although at times, have you ever been drawn to a particular country? For those of you this one's for, because this is clear as day. And you look at that country and everything about it says, I've been there before. I am so drawn to everything about this country, everything about it. Everything. Or, you know, you think of like a cherry blossom, or you think of like, I don't know, whatever they may have there, you think of these things. But then you also feel like there's also some sort of disconnect within that place. Like maybe it wasn't named that before. You were there long before that country was even named. This is like someone definitely tapping into some sort of like, I don't know, maybe Akashic record. I really know nothing about that, so I don't want to speak on that, but I'm getting something about it here. Okay. How is this happening? I don't know. I don't know. Some of you, maybe you asked for it before. You may be like, yeah, well, I mean, I was dabbling in that a while ago. I mean, it's been a while. It's a little late. It's like a package showing up 3 years after you order it, and it's like, well, sometimes these things take time. Universal time is very different than here. I mean, really kind of, we're all just kind of lost in the energy of it all. It's just... Here. Late delivery. But is it though? It's actually right on time. Others of you, sorry, I was kind of fading out there. I was like zoned into you. I mean, this is really interesting. I see where we're going with it. Like, finally, it's coming full circle. Exactly. So whatever this is taken a long time. Like, this isn't like a, you know, see, I keep using movies as reference, but I have to because it's the only way to describe how I'm getting this. You know how when they do the transformation in the movies, when they turn into the werewolf, when they turn into the mermaid, when they turn into whatever, or out of it and turn into the human, whichever one they're turning into, or transforming rather, it's quick because here we have time, so it has to be quick because ain't nobody gonna sit there and watch a movie that long to wait for the transformation to take place. Something just flew across my face, and there's no more nets. The nets are gone. The nets are dead. So what was that? I don't know. Did you see it? Because I saw it clear as day. It was something a little white floating across my face. What was I saying? It like wiped my memory just now. Felt like Men in Black just... Whoa. What happened? How the hell? What's going on over here? Anyway. Oh yeah. So there's others of you where you may very well have been alert this whole time of some sort of something you've been really drawn to. It's more than one thing. And some of you, this has to do with your gifts. I just have to say, if you're comfortable with it, because some of you I think you're going to be very uncomfortable with hearing this message. I don't know, maybe not your Aries. Well, not all of you, but, you know, especially if you're an Aries, you're probably not going to be uncomfortable hearing this because we can be very, I don't know, open-minded. We can be open-minded. We don't really, things don't really scare us that much. Not really. I mean, except for ourselves. And that's not any like, oh, we're actually like we can be quite scared of ourselves because, you know, how we can act sometimes is not how we want to act, and we don't like acting out of character. Even if we act like we don't care sometimes, we don't like acting out of character. And other people, though, I mean, there may have been times fear has arose due to other people, but then we quickly, I don't know, walk over that energy and it doesn't bother us anymore because we realize that if we can overcome our own demons, we sure as hell can overcome others. But there's a level in this message of, do you run from your nature, from your instinct, from what you are on the inside, or do you embrace it? Does it scare you? Does the dark side of you scare you? Do you have control of it? Does the positive side of you scare you? Because there's both in there. In fact, I was just having this conversation with my mom yesterday. I was like, nobody is all good and nobody, I mean, there's balance in everything. There has to be. I mean, the sun and the moon. See what I'm saying? You know how people will say the sun is the happiest. Yeah, but too much of anything will not leave you very happy. The sun can burn you. The sun can dry up crops. The sun, too much of it, it can kill you. It can dehydrate you. It can blind you. Too much. I mean, think about it. It's like plenty exposure. It's exposure. The sun and the moon is concealment, and you need both, really. Imagine the sun being like enlightenment. If we were all woke up at the same time on this planet, and I mean all the way, not in stages, you know? No. If we were all of us woke up, so to speak, all of us knew what we really are. We knew the truth of this planet. We knew the truth of everything. I mean, everything. No secrets, nothing. All at the same time, what do you think would happen? There's a reason. There's a reason that's not happening. That to me would be the sun. So yes, the sun is the happiest. Yes, it is strong. I mean, it's amazing. If I had to choose the sun over the moon, I would choose the sun. But the sun in excess and overexposure of enlightenment and overexposure of information and overexposure of heat will fry your fucking brain. It will fry you. So it's about a little bit at a time, a little slow drip, and we talked about that the other day. So you've had to be slow drips like an IV. I've been here before. You know you've been here before. So yeah, you're very connected. I mean, I can go down rabbit holes with you. I mean, yes, of course. And I want to. I don't want to just see what I see right here. I've been doing that. I want to go down the rabbit hole with you. It's about, you know, it's not about running from what scares us. It's about running towards it. Yeah, that's what it's about. Going within. So if there's something inside of us we're scared of facing or we're afraid of, asking the questions, because what kind of answer will we get? No matter how much it fucking hurts, no matter how much it scares the living fuck out of you, you have to turn and face it. Can you imagine if somebody was following you on the street? I mean, think about it. There is something here about to capture a predator, you can't remain the prey. You have to become an equal in every way. Picture this, right? Picture this, Golden Girls. Picture this, Sicily, 1989. Okay. Imagine that you feel you're being followed. Like, I don't know. Think of the movie The Underworld. You're being followed. You can sense it. Your animal instincts kick in. You're like, I think this person's following me. Let's say you're walking. Imagine your animal instincts kick in. Some animals run. Well, you got to assess the situation, your environment, how far are you from any type of safety? Can you get your back into a corner where you can attack? I mean, you know, assess your area and your environment and your situation. But if you realize that all is clear and maybe this is the best thing for you to do, can you imagine what would happen if you just turned and faced the person? Imagine a predator following you, walking behind you, and you can tell they've turned several blocks with you. And you're like, okay, so now I'm going to turn around, I'm going to face you. And not only am I going to face you, I'm going to make eye contact with you, and I'm going to walk right towards you. We're going to play chicken. And then we're going to see who's fucking scared of who. You know what I mean? Can you imagine that? That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying put yourself in dangerous situations. This is not about anything like that. I'm not telling any of you to do any of that. It's just an example I'm giving. What I'm talking about is this is about an Aries who has transformed in their life, and everything they've been at times scared to face, whether they've verbalized this or not, or even accepted this or not, or known this or not. They are now facing, or they just did face, and it's created the most beautiful creature, the most beautiful person, and everyone else can see this. They can tell. And wondering and classifying and observing you. You're like a science experiment, kind of. You're being observed. I mean, you could be observed from, like, I don't know, the government, but you're actually being observed also by your community, by people. I think you would know it. You're not going to be shocked to hear that. You know, it's like if they find a psychic, for example, and that she has a lot of gifts, or he has a lot of gifts, and they're like, oh wait, this person's actually very gifted, this person can do this person can do this, and then they want to know, like, how gifted are you? So they'll observe you for a while. They'll observe you for a while, and maybe subliminally send little tests your way, and send little things, and this and that, and see, you know? I hope I'm making sense here. I think I am. So yeah, this really stood out to me. Become the beast. You don't have to hide. Do I terrify you? Do you feel alive? Do I terrify you? Is the real self talking to the self, saying, are you scared of me? Are you scared of me? Or if you merge with me and you stop hiding from who you really are, do you feel more free? Do you feel more alive? When you entirely be yourself and you let go of all fear, and you don't tuck tail and run from your inner calling, from your inner nature, how do you feel? Do you feel liberated? Do you feel isolated? Do you feel cast out? Because a lot of people are scared to merge with who they really are. Splinters of my soul cut through your skin and burrow within. So embrace the darkness, and I will help you see that you can be limitless and fearless if you follow me. This is about following your own instincts. This isn't about following some entity. No, this is about following who you truly are, whatever you are on the inside. That animal in there, that creature, your nature. This is about your higher self. Some could say the adult you, the mature you, the you that's learned a lot, saying, it's okay, almost to your younger self, like, this is us now. Yeah, this is us, and if you let me take over, you have nothing to worry about anymore. You don't have to worry what people think about you. You don't have to worry. Surrender. This is surrender to me. Surrender to me. This is yourself saying, surrender to me. I mean, I don't feel that this is all a romantic message, but I will put a twist on it right here at the end. We did go way over. Maybe this is someone who is very much an alpha energy, and they've already learned to merge. And maybe they are your connected one on this planet. I'm not going to say any other label for it. Maybe they're your connected one. And maybe they're calling you like a phantom. Like the Phantom did Christine and Phantom of the Opera. And maybe they're saying, take my hand if you're ready. And let's not be scared. It's a bit intimidating, you know? Also, emphasis here on top hats. Maybe you see a top hat in the near future. Like a top hat. Maybe actually a top hat. You should get it. You should purchase it if you find a top hat. I'm not saying go look for a top hat. That would be different. I'm saying you will see one. It will appear. Now, maybe it's in a picture. Maybe you see it at a vintage shop. Maybe you see somebody wearing it. I don't know if anyone wears top hats anymore, but you might see someone wearing it. I'm not really sure, but yeah, something to do with a top hat. So we're going to leave it there. Thank you guys for being here with me, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.